Hey guys, Melanie here from melanienights.com. Today I am talking to you about buffer foods. So the last couple of weeks we've talked cravings and we've talked triggers, and today I really want to, I guess what I would call this is like a mini series, and this is the final video in that series, and we're talking buffer foods. So we've been talking about cravings, what triggers your cravings, and today we're going to talk about how you can add in foods on a regular basis that probably are not quote health foods that are going to buffer those cravings. So I'll start by telling you a little bit about my buffer foods. So with my clients, I tend to call these their extras. And what this is we want to look at focusing on fat loss foods. We want to eat our veggies, we want to get our fruit in, our protein, our water, our fiber. Those are really important things for fat loss foods. They keep you full, they keep hunger at bay, they keep your cravings in check to a certain degree. But we all know that if we start to go low calorie, and we all start to remove fat and carbohydrates from our diet, and we start to say to ourselves, I'm not going to have chocolate, I'm not going to have sweets, I'm not going to have ice cream, I'm not going to have X, Y, and Z. When we start to do that, we want everything in sight. We end up eating the entire kitchen cupboard, even when that's not something that we actually really enjoy. We end up eating everything because we're having nothing. So what you can do is you can add in 3 to 4 foods that you can consider to be your extras. And those are going to be down to personal preference. They're going to be down to your, they're going to be similar probably to the foods you enjoy that maybe you would normally binge on. But what they're going to be is they're going to be foods that you can have a little bit of and be okay. They're going to be foods that maybe you can have some every day and you find you don't really need any more. They're the kind of foods that don't trigger cravings. So for me, I've talked about this before, one of the biggest things I have, a routine trigger I have, is after dinner I crave something sweet. It's actually about 8:30 p.m. here, and I had dinner, I finished it around 10 to 8, and I started to want something sweet. I was literally just downstairs in the kitchen, and I was looking in the cupboards, and I was going to have a Quest bar, then I was going to have a Kind bar, then I was going to have X, Y, and Z, and I decided I'm not hungry, let's go record this video and drink some decaf coffee. A new habit I've created, a new routine to try and counteract this sweet trigger that I have. I made a pot of decaf coffee each evening when I get home from work. And what I do is I drink the coffee throughout the evening. I add some cinnamon, maybe I add a little bit of cream if I want to. I do that and it buffers that sweetness because coffee's bitter. I like strong coffee, and it just happens to counteract that need for something sweet. Interestingly, another one of my extras is dark chocolate. I go for usually 85% or darker. 90% is usually the limit. I don't really like anything darker than that. It's just too bitter. But a couple of squares of dark chocolate, when I really can't counteract it with coffee, I will have a square or 2 squares of dark chocolate. Some days I'll have that with coffee. I might have it at lunchtime, in the evening. But I have it and it really, really staves off cravings. For me, dark chocolate is a buffer. Interestingly, milk or white chocolate triggers cravings for me like crazy, okay? And my third extra that I have on a daily basis, so this is something I have every single day, is I have cream. I have cream in my coffee every morning. A couple of teaspoons, not a huge amount. I like my coffee strong, but I have a couple of teaspoons every morning with my coffee, and it's like perfection. And it keeps me feeling, I don't want to say on track, but it keeps me feeling sane. It keeps me feeling like I'm having something satisfying. I'm not giving up everything that I ever wanted. If I want to have, I'm wearing a very appropriate t-shirt here, if I want to have ice cream, frappuccino, pizza and tacos, then fine. But I need to know that that's a decision I'm making from a positive place, that it's not a decision I'm making out of impulse, from a stress or emotion. So what I tend to do is take these 3 or 4 extras, these little foods that I can add in on a regular basis that help to buffer my triggers. Now, as I said before, it's down to personal preference. So if you're craving sweet, your buffers might tend to be sweeter foods, but you need to manage it and make sure it's something that you can have a little bit of and be okay. So for example, somebody recently said to me that when she's making her husband's dessert, if he's having like pie with ice cream, she will have like a spoonful of ice cream out of the ice cream tub as she's making it, and she's set, she's fine, she's good. I probably couldn't do that. I know some of you have said to me that ice cream is like your trigger, it's like your craving, you want ice cream. So a teaspoon of ice cream or a spoon of ice cream probably isn't going to do it for you. But maybe dark chocolate, maybe coffee, maybe cream, maybe it's something savoury. It takes time to figure this out. I didn't know this stuff. Like, I wasn't born knowing this. I didn't know this 6 years ago. These are things I've learned over time. I've realised there is a strategy here that I can use, and I've used it to my advantage. So I would suggest going out and trying to figure out which 3 to 4 foods you could have on a regular basis in your diet that don't cause triggers, that don't cause you to crave, that don't cause you to binge, that don't cause you to feel guilty about yourself. That's the other thing. And let me just finish this video by saying, if you find that you have a trigger which you didn't know triggered cravings, you suddenly are in a situation where you've eaten more food or more calories or whatever it might be than you normally would, the quickest way to maneuver out of the situation is to get the heck over it. Don't dwell on it. Don't then go, fuck it, and undo all of your good work. There is no need to do that. What you need to do is get over the situation and move on as quickly as possible. You don't need to quit. You don't need to tell yourself that you're useless, that you're fat, that you're a slob, that you're rubbish at this. You are not. You are awesome. You are doing something amazing and you're doing it for you. This is not an opportunity of failure. This is an opportunity for success. You need to get over it, move out of it, forget about it. Every time this does happen, and it will happen, when it happens, you need to say, I ate the cake, and you need to move on. And then what you need to do is learn from it. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen in a few weeks. It takes time. But the more you build confidence in your ability for sustained results, the more you build your confidence that you know what you're doing and you're gonna do it and you're gonna make mistakes and it's okay, you will get there and you will be there forever, because you will not need to keep going back on diets. You've got your strategies, you've got your protocols, you've got your tools, you've got your tool belt, and you can take things out and you can use them and you can practice and you can switch it around. And that's what this is. So thank you so much for watching this video. As I said, I'm going to link the previous videos in the box below, and what I will do also is put the 3 of them together in a little mini series on YouTube, so go check them out.